And begin your Ujjayi breathing. Draw the shoulders down away from the ears. Root down through the soles of your feet, particularly find the inner edges of your feet connecting to the earth a bit more, without lifting, of course, the outer edges. Root the crown toward the sky as the sit bones descend toward the earth. Breathe into just a little more space. We just created a little more openness in the body. Expand into that openness. Grow the duration of your inhale to at least 5 seconds. By allowing your outer body to actually soften and receive the in-breath. Grow the duration of the exhale to at least as long as the in-breath, if not longer. 2 more breaths like that. One more breath. As you finish this exhale, root down even more through the feet, reach your arms down alongside your torso, lift the chin, open your eyes. On the next in-breath, sweep the arms overhead. Exhale, bring your hands down to the thighs, round your back, engage your abs. Pull the navel in. Inhale, extend. And exhale, round. Again, inhale, extend. Exhale, round. Roll all the way up, sweep the arms overhead, inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. Reach up again, inhale. Exhale, this time place your ribs on your thighs, sweep your arms directly back so that we're actually extending parallel with the floor. Inhale into the belly, let the belly descend into the thighs. Exhale, keep the spine extending, hug your spine. Hug your inner arms to midline. Inhale, breathe the belly to touch the thighs. Exhale, draw the navel in off the thighs, reach the arms further back. Hook the legs a little bit. One more inhale. This time, exhale, pour the crown down, reach the fingertips up, rounding your back. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and move into an Utkatasana. Exhale, swing and sweep the arms down and around so that the chest touches the thighs again. Inhale, back to Utkatasana. Exhale, wrist to thighs, arms rising back and then up, crown down. Sweep the arms overhead, Utkatasana. Last time, lay those ribs on the thighs, sweep the arms over the head. And then placing your hands to your thighs, roll up slowly. Inhale, sweep up, open up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Reach the arms overhead, take your inhale. Exhale, dive, swan dive forward this time. Once you land, inhale, slow extension. Exhale, fold, crown towards the toes. Pull the ribs in close. Inhale, breathe your torso forward. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale, breathe forward, extending the crown of your head toward the front of the room. Exhale, crown down as though you're trying to plug your crown into the floor. Root down, let's rise up slowly. Arms overhead, take a back bend if you'd like. And exhale, hands to heart, navel back to spine. Now onto A series, reaching up and rising. Exhale, pulling your body weight forward. Hands come to the earth, crown toward the toes. Inhale, slowly extend. Make sure that the sides of your torso are long as well. Let your palms jump back or walk back to a high plank. And exhale down to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. Walk your legs out one leg at a time, but very slowly, so that we do 3 reps on each side. You're exhaling to bend one knee and straighten the other. Inhale to make them both straight, and exhale to the other side. So if we're taking a 6 or 7 second inhale and exhale, right, the movement is slow. And make sure that as you bend the knee, you're swiveling. If you're bending the right knee, the right hip swivels a bit to the right. If you're bending the left knee, the left hip swivels a bit to the left. Finally, bring both heels down to the mat and take a full breath here in down dog. Strong exhale. Flying to Uddiyana Bandha, and jump forward or walk forward, holding your body empty. Inhale to breathe the ribs forward, and exhale to draw the crown back down to your toes. Root down, rise up slowly, pulling your body weight forward as you come up even. Sweep the arms overhead as you move into a back bend, then inhale. And exhale, hands back to heart. Reaching up. Pulling forward, shin bones move forward. Lift your heels, if you'd like to, just a little bit to propel yourself forward. Crown towards your toes. Inhale as you breathe the torso to that halfway rise position. Make sure the front of your body, particularly from your navel to your sternum, is also open, right? It's not caved in. If it is, bend the knees until you can open it up. Plant your palms, jump back or walk back, chaturanga. Up dog. And of course, our downward facing dog. Now on this one, we're going to lift the heels way up. As we bend the knees, we're going to keep the heels rising and try to tilt the pelvis up at the same time. So the sit bones and the heels stay far away from each other. The ribs and the thighs are touching. Straighten out the legs and root the heels back down. Bend your knees, thighs and ribs touching. Your heels are lifting, your pelvis is tilting up as much as possible. And then the heels back down. Last time, heels up, pelvis up. Thighs and ribs together. Press down through your heels and press back with your thighs. Take a full breath here in downward facing dog. Engage in emptying out, hollowing out, holding empty. Jump forward or walk forward. Inflate your lungs to expand your ribs toward the front of the room. Exhale. Pull the ribs in close. Root down, rise up, keeping your hips over your heels as you rise. You might want to keep those heels lifting. Inhale the arms up, reach back. And exhale, hands to heart center. Let's do one more A series, lengthen up. Exhale, drive. Quadriceps are definitely engaged here, but the shin bones are moving forward while your thigh bones are moving back. So again, it's really helpful to lift those heels. Inhale, open the chest. Plant the palms, jump back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, open the chest more as you're in up dog. Exhale, move right to downward facing dog. Now this time we're going to lift the heels on the in-breath. But as you exhale, we're going to root down through the, don't root down through the heels. Keep the heels up, but move the hips down toward the heels, like we're going into an active child's pose. Inhale into a down dog. Exhale, lift the heels towards sit bones descend toward the heels. Abs are strong. Straighten out the legs slowly. And bend the knees again. Laying the ribs on the thighs, sit bones toward the heels. Take a huge in-breath, extending the legs straight. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take another full breath in and down dog. Strong, long exhalation. Hold empty, jump forward or walk forward. Inhale when you land. Quads are strong, abs are strong. Everything folds in toward each other. This time we'll go right into B series. Bend the knees, sweep the arms overhead, Utkatasana. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend. Plant the palms, jump back. Hold here, high push-up. Inhale, lift the right leg up. Keep it parallel with the floor. Exhale, right knee to right elbow. Reach the right leg directly back. And then bring the forehead to your knee in to meet your forehead. Straight back again. This time, right knee to left elbow, hug both elbows toward each other. Shoot your right leg now to the sky for a three-legged down dog. Pull the right toes back and up to the top of the wall behind you. Good. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, right knee comes in to touch the right elbow. We're going to do this 2 more times. Still touching right knee to right elbow. Please move slowly. Once you are here, hold here and really hollow out that belly. Fine duty on Bandha. And step your right foot out to the right. Once your right foot is out to the right, you may want to come onto your left knee, by the way, and that's fine. But if possible, keep the left leg straight. Slide the left toes back. We're going to take 3 push-ups here. So moving down on exhale and back up on inhale. Just one more. Once you are empty, we're going to bring the left knee down. Bring your left arm out to the left. And bring your right leg up and out to the right towards zigzag. Left arm reaching to the left and right leg reaching to the right. Please keep breathing. Let your body move a little bit here. Take one more inhale. Exhale, left hand down. Stand up onto your left toes. Keep your right leg just shooting out to the right. Swivel the right leg up and back as you inhale. Exhale, cross the right leg behind the left leg to touch your toes as far to the left as possible. Sweep the leg. Try to make this a huge, big sweep, like a circular sweep. As you bring it back out to the right. Sweep back and up. And over to the left, touching your right toes more to the left. Squeeze both inner thighs together. Sweep the leg up and back. Swivel the right leg through the right hip socket to the right. One more time. Rising and crossing. Good. Now bring your right foot to the outer edge of your left foot. Walk your left foot more to the right, so that your feet are still about sit-bone distance apart. Square out your hips here by squeezing the inner thighs together to dial the right hip bone down toward the floor more. And press the thigh bones back, using your left thigh bone to push into the right thigh bone without hyperextending your right knee. Make sure your right heel stays off the ground. Good. Squeeze the inner thighs, draw the sit bones down towards your heels. Feel that toning through the lower belly. Take a final exhale here. Draw your knees down to the floor. Take an inhale to extend. And an exhale to sit back. So you're going to need to slide onto the tops of your toes here, onto the tops of your feet. And then slide back until your hips are sitting in between your heels. If that is not happening for you today, lie onto your back and do this pose, or extend the right leg forward and straight out underneath you. Keep your body in your forward fold and bring your ribs as close to your left eye as you can. Soften the face, the jaw, the eyes, and the forehead here. Engage the abdominals to pull the ribs in closer to the left eye. You want to feel like the inner thighs are pulling them pulling toward each other, right? But you also want to feel like you can push down through the outer edges of your feet here, so that we are almost holding ourselves back from diving to the deepest stretch possible. So even as your inner thighs hug in, the outer edges of your feet push down into the floor at the same time. Feel how that activates your Mula Bandha, almost to the point where it lifts your sit bones off the floor. That's where we want to be right now. Take a final exhale in this deep stretch. And then roll yourself up into an extended spine position. Good. Roll forward so that the palms of your hands are on the mat. Stand up onto the pads of your toes. Jump back and uncross your legs as you jump. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, draw the navel in and up. Bring the left leg off the floor. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. And straight back. Knee to forehead, forehead to knee. Let your back round here quite a bit. And back. And then knee to right elbow, both elbows hug in. Shoot it all the way back up so that now we're once again in that down dog position, three-legged down dog. Pull the pads of your left toes back, elongate your entire spine here. One more inhale. Exhale, left knee comes in to touch left elbow, and we'll do 2 more of these. Slow down so that you're not overriding the rhythm you established for your own breath. Once you touch the two together, hold there. Feel Uddiyana Bandha happening, right? Step your left foot out. You can drop to your right knee here if you'd like, and do push-ups with your knee on the floor. Or slide the right toes back, keep the right leg straight, and 3 push-ups. Once you've finished your 3 push-ups, your right knee will come down to the floor. Make sure that your arms are underneath your shoulders. Bring your right arm out to the right, and lift your left leg out to the left for zigzag pose. Right arm reaches to the right, left leg reaches to the left. The limbs that are on the floor are hugging into midline. Crown of your head draws forward. Notice the tendency to just want to sit in your right hip. Use more left outer thigh instead, outer glute, outer thigh. You take one final inhale. Right hand will come down, stand up onto the pads of your right toes. Keep your left leg jutting out to the left. Right now, sweep the left leg up and back. Exhale, slowly cross behind you to the right, touching the right side of the room. Sweep the leg, it's a grand arc, right? All the way up and all the way out to the left. Right, all the way up again. And all the way over to touch the floor, squaring off the hips at the same time. Left leg rises. Sweep it to the left. Please make sure your right inner thigh keeps tugging you to midline. And over to the right. Now walk your right foot to the left a bit. Take the inner edge of your left foot to the outer edge of the right side of your mat. Your feet are at least sit bone distance apart. Square off the hips here a little more by, again, engaging those inner thighs, engaging the lower abdominals. Both hip bones point down. Slow down your breath. Notice the tendency to want to use our neck somehow in this pose. We really do that because we'd rather feel neck tension than a release of tension in the hips. Not sure why, right? But I think that we're just used to that. We're used to using this tension here in the neck to not feel what's presently happening. Okay, from there, go ahead and bring the knees down to the ground. Slide the heels out and come onto the tops of your feet. Take them as wide as you can. Sit back, but move already into your forward fold. So as you sit back, your back is already rounding over the legs. Then you're going to come onto the edges of the feet instead of the tops of the feet. Shoulders will relax, the forearms can touch the ground if maybe, maybe if it's possible. Forehead moves toward the knee and ribs toward the thigh. And then all that's left to do is breathe, right? All that we need to do at this point is just stay here, feel the feelings that are coming up, both probably emotional and physical. Breathe into those physical feelings and emotional feelings, really just whatever comes up. Breathe toward it. Pay attention to it. And then exhale to move it through. I'll take 2 more breaths here. At the end of your next exhale, making sure that you really draw everything back into center. Come onto the palms. Stand up onto the pads of your toes, jump back to a high push-up, and hold here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And in down dog, let's take 5 breaths. I'd like you to just move easy hips from side to side, but not swiveling the hips, just shifting the weight over to the outer edge of left foot, inner edge of right, and vice versa. Outer edge of right, inner edge of left. Like we're just sliding the sit bones across a window pane behind us. Wagging your tail slowly. We'll do the swiveling next time. Take one foot on the left heel here. Go into a regular old down dog for 1 full breath. Once you are empty, please plug in. Find as much in core strength as possible. Jump forward with that strength supporting you. Or walk, of course. Take your in-breath too. Now, disengage it a bit and open up. Exhale, crown towards your toes. Bend your knees now, weight into your heels. Let's rise up for Utkatasana. Exhale, dive forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, extend. Plant your palms, jump back. This time, go right to Chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, down dog. Lift the right leg up. Exhale, knee to forehead and forehead to knee now. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it in. One more time, lift. And bring it all the way in. Step your right foot through. Cross your back heel flat, root down, and rise up for warrior 1. Wide open chest. Take a deep inhale and root down through your right foot. You're going to step your left foot forward. Bring your left knee around into eagle pose. And then open your arms out for wide winged eagle pose. If possible, tuck your left toes back behind your right Achilles tendon. Squeeze those thighs together yet again. Now bring your left elbow under your right, wrap the forearms up, wrap the wrists up, press the palms together, unravel your left leg, and shoot the left leg back as you bring your arms forward for Eagle Warrior 3. So pull the elbows forward, pull the toes back. The elbows are drawing as far away from your chest and belly button as possible. One more deep inhale. Exhale, step left foot down. Now Eagle Warrior 1. So we're back to Warrior 1, but now the elbows reach up toward the ceiling, and we make this more of a back bend. One final exhale. Reach further back. Unravel the arms and sweep up for one more Warrior 1. Both hands back to the earth. Right leg will step back. Deep inhale and high plank. Exhale, Chaturanga. Up dog and down dog, or you can skip those, remember, at any time. And once you're in down dog, just take a breath for a moment. Strong exhale, plugging in. Inhale, lift the left leg. Knee to forehead, forehead to knee, slowly. Without any momentum at all, do that 2 more times. Once you're empty, step the left foot through, press your right heel flat. Push down to rise up, Warrior 1. Okay, we're going to step forward into eagle pose, so push down with the left foot, bring the right leg forward, cross the right knee over left, open the arms for wide winged eagle. If possible, tuck right toes back behind left Achilles tendon. Reach right elbow under left, wrap forearms, wrist, and touch your palms. Unravel your right leg, shoot it back as you bring the elbows forward. Eagle Warrior 3. The elbows continue to pull away. So even as we stay in the pose, keep drawing the elbows forward. Feel that extra stretch on the shoulders. Step your right foot all the way back. Lift the elbows up. Eagle Warrior 1. Last exhale to really truly hug your spine. Unravel your arms, reach up, inhale. Exhale, down to chaturanga, through your vinyasa. Feeling free to change the vinyasa, skip the vinyasa, or move into a child's pose. Once you are in your down dog, if you do decide to do a down dog, this time we will swivel the hips so that as your toes turn to the right, your hips swivel to the left. We'll come way up onto the pads of the toes and swivel to the right as the toes turn to the left. 2 more on each side. Moving slowly to the rhythm of your breath. Notice what your jaw and your teeth are doing. Notice what your forehead and your eyes are doing. Please let everything relax and not take over. After you've done 3 to each side, root down through your heels. 1 more full breath in down dog. At the end of this exhale, jump forward or walk. Find your in-breath to open you back up. Exhale to bring it all closer together. Third and final B series now. Bend those knees, sweep the arms overhead. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Move into the halfway rise to make room to jump back, right? Plant the palms, jump back. Then take the exhale to chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Lift the right leg. And exhale, right knee to left elbow, hugging both elbows into midline. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, bring it in. 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, bring it in, touch the 2 together. Sweep your right leg underneath it to the left and lift the left arm up. Arm balancing and arching away from the right side or with the right side of your body. If this is too much, you can bring your right knee to the ground instead, right? And stay in the pose that way. One more inhale here. Now swivel that left arm around, bend your right elbow and sit down. Take the legs out as wide as they will go, reach up. You're looking at the bottom end of the mat now. Exhale, dive towards the back edge of the mat, the left side. And move into an Upavishta Konasana position. Make sure your kneecaps are pointing up, your toes are pointing up. So there's a slight outer rotation here. We've been asking a lot of our inner thighs. We've been doing a lot of work. So this is just a nice stretch for the inner thighs. Also getting the hamstrings to give a little more flexibility to us today. 2 more breaths here. Last exhale to pull the navel in, hollow everything out. Walk your hands back in while holding empty. Inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, turn. So you take a little twist there. Your ribs are twisting toward the front again. Palms are on the front of the mat. Stand up onto your back toes, your left toes. And now square off your hips. We're going to do 3 more push-ups here. Exhale down and up. Down and up, and last time. Good. And then shoot that right leg all the way back up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, right foot down next to left foot. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, left knee to right elbow, hugging both elbows in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bring it in, hug both elbows to midline. Last time, lift. And bring it in. Slide the left leg underneath you and lift the right arm up. You can always come onto the left knee if you'd like. Hold here, arching away from the floor with the left side of your body. One final in-breath. Swivel your right arm around, bend the left elbow, and sit down. Take your legs as wide as they can go. Now you're gazing at the bottom right side of the mat. Arms rising. Exhale into a forward fold between the legs. Keep your feet alive and dive forward. The toes will want to just kind of die, there's not going to be any liveliness unless you make them stay alive. You'll also notice the feet want to sickle in. So we have to actively rotate the thigh bones out to get more of that stretch on the inner thighs, which is what we're looking for after all the work your inner thighs have been doing for us. Please breathe as deeply as you can into the back of your body, into the back of your pelvis, and into the hip sockets as well. Please exhale from your lower and inner core. So it's not just a deflation of your lungs, it's a squeezing of your lungs, a wringing out of your internal organs. One final exhale. Walk your hands back in, holding Uddiyana Bandha, holding your exhale. Sweep the arms overhead, lengthen out, turn your body to twist toward the front again. Hands come down, stand up onto the right toes. Keep your left leg where we placed it a while ago. And 3 more push-ups here. So notice that both of your hip bones are pointed toward the ground to the best of your ability. Down and up. Good. And once you're there, sweep the left leg up to the sky. And exhale, left foot down next to right foot. Full breath in here. Exhale all the air out. Jump your feet back to the top of your mat. Inhale when you arrive. And exhale, fold. Bend the knees now, weight into the heels. We're going to move into a twisting Utkatasana and hold it. So knowing that, go into any twist to the right side that you would like to take here. As far as you'd like to take it. I like to bring the left elbow to the left side, left hand to outside of right side, and bring my right hand around to grab left inner thigh. But tons and tons of variations here. Please feel free to make this your own. Draw the crown of the head forward and pull the pelvis back. One more inhale. Exhale, both hands down to the earth and fold it in. Shake the tension out of your neck. Shake your head yes and no, and maybe circle it around in both directions. Make sure the throat is also very relaxed. Even though the inner throat is engaging with Uddiyana Bandha, with each inhale, right, we do want to feel like our throat isn't clenched up. Bend the knees again, weight into the heels, rise up Utkatasana, and then twist to the opposite side. Turning to your left, pulling the pelvis directly back so it's not swinging to the right or to the left, right? Draw the sit bones back, like you're trying to sit into a chair right behind you. Then wring out the ribs while the pelvis just stays stable. Open the front of your left shoulder up here as well. Breathe and extend the spine out of the pelvis. Exhale, sit down and pull the pelvis back. Good, release both hands down to the earth again. Push the hands into the floor. Take the deepest forward fold, standing forward fold yet. Inhale, extend. Jump back or walk back. And exhale to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. This time we're going to lift the right leg up, bend the right knee. And just open it up. We're not going to go all the way to the floor though. Just bring your right toes as far over as though they're about to touch the floor as possible. And then bring your right knee underneath you to pull the right kneecap toward the left wall. Do that just 2 more times. Opening the right hip as though you're going to touch the right toes to the left to the floor. Closing the right hip, pulling the kneecap to the left wall. Feel your obliques working there as well. One more time, open it. Massaging the hips a lot today. And close it, working your inner thighs. So let's step the right foot all the way to the outside of the right side of your mat. Slide your left knee back. Left foot back, I should say. And as you turn your right toes out here, come onto the left forearm. Bring your right hand up and just put it on top of the right thigh. Push back through the left heel. So it's almost, we're about to go into a twist, right? Breathe into this. Feel the stretch on the left quads. Without sinking into the left shoulder, reach your right arm up, bend the right elbow, reach around and press the back of your hand into the left side of your lower back. So pretty similar to what we just did in twisting Utkatasana. Stay open, bring the left knee to the ground. Bring the top of your left foot to the ground. Good, now roll onto the left outer thigh, slide the right heel toward the left hip bone. Okay, so your foot comes in a bit closer, but it's still turned out. And then bring your right arm up and over your right ear to arch away from the floor with the left side of your body. As you do this, push down with the right foot. This is the most important part. Push down with the left outer thigh at the same time. So we're not on the top of the leg, we're on the side of the leg. And we're pushing that into the floor to help you arch the ribs off and away from the ground. You can lift the whole pelvis if you want to. You'll get the same stretch if you don't. Keep pushing down with the sole of your right foot, the outer edge of your left thigh, as well as arching away from the floor with the left side of your body. This should feel good somehow. Let's take one more inhale and roll it all the way around. Bring your right forearm to the floor. Slowly now, start to roll onto the left thigh. Clasp your hands together. So you get off of the belly of the forearm, the left forearm, and you're on the outer sides of both forearms. And if you feel like you can, you're just going to move the left hip bone closer to the floor. Then if you still feel like you have a ways to go here, start bringing the inner right knee. So you're going to roll, whoops, try to keep your foot on your sticky mat there. You're going to roll the inner knee toward the ground, coming onto the inner edge of your right foot. And this is just a little variation on lizard pose. This should just feel good. It shouldn't feel like a huge stretch. It should just feel good. Draw the sit bones toward the heels and take 2 more breaths. If you feel like you're more in sensation when you don't bring the knee down, keep the foot on the ground, on the sticky mat, and work the pose from there. Good, bring your palms back up. Stand up onto the pads of your left toes and step your right foot back. Deep in breath here. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. And down dog. Now lift the left leg up. Bend your left knee. Open the left hip by hugging your right inner thigh to midline. Then bring the left knee slowly around underneath you and point it to the right wall. So far underneath you that you're definitely crossing the midline of the body and you definitely feel your obliques working. Open it back up as though we're about to touch the floor, right? Kneecap stays high. Exhale, bring the knee underneath you. A lot of work to mobilize the hips and the sacroiliac joint while staying in that feeling of integrity, right? Stabilizing at the same time. One more. Hug in. You're definitely working that inner thigh too. Right, and then step your foot all the way through. Take it to the outer edge of the mat, turn your left toes out, and drop onto the right forearm. Stay here for a moment, feel the stretch, breathe into the stretch. Then lift the left arm up and open to the left. Bending the left elbow, reach around, press the back of your left hand into lower back right side. Elongate the right side of your body here. See if you can open your chest towards the sky. Good, take one more exhale, open more. Good, and now release your hand down. Release the knee down and the top of your foot slowly. We're gonna roll to the right, so you're on the outside of your right leg. Slide your left heel in a bit. I'm gonna turn around and face you again. So and by the way, if your left foot is fine all the way forward, you can keep it right there. Okay, we do want to, some of us will be so flexible that we'll need that foot a lot further forward or we just won't really feel this, okay? But the toe does turn out at a 90-degree angle. So perpendicular with the left side of your mat. You're bringing the left arm up now and over the left ear. Good. Notice where you feel it, okay? Root down to the sole of your left foot. Root down to the outer thigh of your right leg. Make sure the foot stays on the sticky mat. So you may need to reconnect or remaneuver the pose. And if the forearm, like mine, is getting super tired, I'm just gonna come down onto the bicep, the tricep instead on the right leg, right arm, and work the pose that way, okay? This left arm is gonna come over. And if you do wanna take the arching, after a little break, you can come back. Arching away from the floor with the right side as you root down with the sole of your left foot and the outside of the right thigh. And the more you want to feel the stretch, the more you're going to draw the left side of the pelvis back to stack over the right side of the pelvis. Arching away from the floor with the right side of the body. Good. I'm not going to tell you where to feel it, but I feel it here. So really nice stretch. Hopefully you guys are feeling it as well. Take a final exhale. Swivel the left arm all the way around. Bring your forearms to the floor. Keep the foot where you've placed it and start to roll onto the top of the right thigh. Right hip bone pointing to the ground, definitely. Start to walk the elbows forward if possible. Keep pushing down with the sole of your left foot, or you can bring the left inner knee to the ground and come onto the inner edge of your left foot for more of a lizard pose. If you have the flexibility, if this feels just like you want to relax in it, forehead can come onto the ground or onto your forearms. You can make a little pillow with your forearms. Again, this should just feel like a rest after everything else that we've been doing. Should feel good and like a release. 2 more breaths here. If your foot is on the floor, it's rooting into the floor. If the right thigh is on the ground, push the right thigh more firmly into the ground. Now come up onto your palms, stand up onto your right toes and step your left foot back. Deep inhale here and high push-up. And right back to down dog on the exhale. Once you are in down dog, take a deep in breath. And exhale. Walk your feet out wide. So the outer edges of your feet are on the outer edges of your mat. Excuse me. As you inhale, bend your knees and sit down like we did at the beginning. And walk your hands in. So as you move to, walk your hands back towards your heels, I should say. As you move back, you're going to move into Malasana. So we've been doing this lately. It's part of just me, like it's summertime or it's getting to be summertime. We want to be really free in our bodies. So the first level of this mobilization exercise is to bring the hands forward and then just come onto the shins and the knees, move into a cow, move into a cat. And while you're in cat, you're going to push back onto the soles, walk your hands back in. That's level 1, Malasana. Level 2, we're going to bring the hands forward, We're not going to bring the shins to the ground, but we will bring the shins parallel with the ground and extend. Instead of just rounding into cat, we'll round, but pull the knees to the forehead, forehead to knees. Then walk back in and push the heels down, hands to heart, Malasana. Level 3, hands down. You guys can keep going. We're going to do 6 of these total. So this is the third one. Shins down, right? Exhale, forehead to knees, knees to forehead. But once you get your knees to come in, you're going to bring the hands off the floor instead of walking them in. Then bring the heels down and then bring your hands to your heart. Okay, whatever level you want to do, or maybe one more of each. Please do 3 more in your own time and pace. Arms reach forward. Shins on the floor or not. Round the back a little or bring the forehead to knees, knees to forehead. Push down and walk the hands in or bring the arms up and then hands to heart. 2 more times. And if this is way too intense for your knees, I'm going to have you do a wide second plie and just reach forward and then rise up. And reach forward so you still get that same kind of movement through the hips. Now, I hope you've done 3 more by now of those. Once you have moved into your final Malasana, bring your hands back behind you and just sit down and extend the legs forward. Slide into the middle of your mat if you're not there already. Reach the arms up, inhale. And exhale, let's roll all the way down. Slowly. When the back of your head touches the floor, let your arms rest on the earth. Deep inhale into the hips. Strong exhale. Good. With your left leg still straight, bring the right knee in towards your right elbow. And just take a huge breath in, mostly to the right side of your torso, right ribs expanding toward the right inner thigh. Strong exhale. Extend your right leg straight up to the ceiling. Take your in-breath. Exhale, the right leg moves forward for as long as possible. And once the right heel touches down, take an inhale. Place your right hand on the right hip. Exhale, left knee comes in, left hand comes to left shin. Coast the left knee towards your left elbow, the crease of the elbow. Inhale into left side body. Left ribs expanding to left inner thigh. Exhale, pull the left ribs back in toward the spine and draw the knee in closer to the left armpit, increasing the stretch on the lower back. Extend the left leg up over the left hip. Good, and slow exhale to bring the left heel back down to the mat. When that left heel touches, take a deep in-breath. This time, exhale, bend the knees, place the soles of your feet to the floor. Arms alongside your torso with the palms on the mat. Inhale in your neutral spine position with the lumbar spine and maybe the thoracic arching away from the ground a bit. Exhale, scoop the pelvis up, but keep the lumbar spine now pushing down into the ground. Inhale to lift the lumbar and then the entire thoracic spine off the floor. Walk your arms underneath you and move into a bridge pose. And once you are in bridge, you're clasping your hands, pressing down to the pinky edges of the hands to help you lift the hips up a bit higher. Your glutes and hamstrings are working here. Take a full breath here, a full strong exhale. Use your arms even to help you exhale. On your next in-breath, lift your right leg, just like we did a moment ago when we were lying on our backs. Engage your right quads to draw the right leg closer to the right thigh. Go take a final in-breath. Maybe we shoot the sole of the right foot higher. Exhale, cross right knee over left. Take your arms out from underneath you. Roll the part of the spine in between the shoulder blades down. Then roll the middle of your back down, the middle of the spine down. And roll through the lower back. And then allow the sacrum to touch down and the lumbar spine to rise. Once you land there, on your next exhale, draw both knees to the left. And take a spinal twist. Again, we're squeezing those inner thighs together, right? Pull the right sit bone toward the knees, squeeze the inner thighs to feel a nice stretch on the outer thighs, outer glutes. Strong exhale, turn your head to look over your right shoulder. Deep in breath, open the chest plate toward the sky even more. And exhale, intend to get the right shoulder all the way down to the floor and the right ear closer to the mat. Now really slowly, everybody, roll onto your back. Bring your gaze back toward the sky. Uncross the legs, soles of the feet flat to the mat. Arms come down alongside your torso. Inhale, open up the chest. Exhale, scoop the pelvis up. Inhale, peel the rest of the spine slowly off the floor. Once you get there, exhale, walk the arms underneath you. Clasp your hands, press the pinky edges of your hands into the floor. You want to be off of your shoulder blades, right? So you're on the backs of your arms and you're on the backs of the shoulders. Take a full breath in here in bridge. Strong, long exhale. Inhale, extend the left leg up. This doesn't mean that we let the weight of our legs sink down into our back. Push down with the right foot. Feel your right hamstring absolutely firing. Exhale the left leg closer to left ribs. One more breath. Maybe we shoot the leg higher. Exhale, left knee over right. Arms come out. And we resist the temptation to just drop the back of the torso on the ground, right? Squeeze the inner thighs to slow down the roll. Make sure you're also engaging your abs to slow that down. Placing the lumbar spine down before you place the sacrum. Once the sacrum does touch down, we allow the lumbar spine to arch naturally away. Next exhale brings both knees to the right. Turn your head to the left. Squeeze the inner thighs together and pull the sit bones toward the knees to lengthen the lower back. Turn your head to the left. And breathe deeply here. Please soften in the face. Remember that we don't need to clench up or tense up. Once your facial muscles relaxes, you'll notice that maybe you can go further into your twist as well. Final exhale. Roll onto your back. Bring your gaze back up to the ceiling. Uncross your legs, and this time let your knees flop open. Arms down again alongside the torso, palms facing up this time. God, that's this little ant attacking me. So your palms are facing up, chest is open. If this is not comfortable, slide the heels further away. Breathe so that your belly rises. Exhale so that the abdominals engage and compress your internal organs, pushing the internal organs down toward the back of the body. You're doing all of this without the shoulders becoming involved. 3 more breaths, just like that. Just expand the belly on the inhale. Contract the abdominals to compress, to squeeze, to push the internal organs down into the back of your body. Last time. As you finish your exhale, extend the legs out. Keep the arms reaching out to wherever you'd like to place them. Close the eyes if you haven't already. And just notice how you're feeling. Tomorrow, you're probably going to feel a lot in the outer thighs and the inner thighs. We did a lot of work with both sides. We also used today's practice to move the thigh bones through their full range of motion through the hip socket. So we're inviting the synovial glands in the hips to secrete more synovial fluid. We're lubricating these joints in addition to everything else that we did today. Maybe we settle our mind on our hips, on our pelvis, right where the thigh bones rest in the sockets there. And just focus on how we don't really ever focus here, right? You don't have to wonder why or try to figure that out, but just give yourself the next few moments to maintain an awareness and a connection to your own pelvis, the pelvic bowl, the pelvic girdle, the sit bones, the hip bones, the pubic bone, the sacrum, the tailbone, the hip sockets, and just step into that whole area and stay present with your hips for just a few more moments of your practice. Thanks so much for joining me here this afternoon. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Namaste.